regret all of that.
Jumbo, everyone.
Prince of the Bear here. We're back at Jumbo House at Animal Kingdom Lodge because it's time to return to
Boma.
Yes, it's been far too long since we stuffed our faces at the hearth of Boma, so it's time to go back and see what they got for us.
Hopefully we'll have a better experience than last time.
Yes, as your number one choice in foodie infotainment, let's go eat.
Some vegan and some non-vegan food. Be sure to subscribe.
You heard the girl.
I got the Mount Killamarita. It's a beautiful Patron margarita that you can get all around Animal Kingdom Lodge. Nice and tart, light, good to drink throughout the meal. I will give it 3 out of 5 margaritas.
The name like Mount Killamarita, even though it's named after Mount Kilimanjaro, you would think this drink had some bodies on it. 1 body, 2 body. Salted rim, a body. The lime, a body. The ice, another body. Either way, we're going down. I don't say that about margaritas very often. Refreshing. That's the first thing that comes to mind. It's refreshing. I feel like a wave of nice African refreshment washing over me. Without the nishiki. 4 out of 5 plus. Here we have a nice African Rum Runner. I don't know what I'm running from, and I don't know why I would run from rum. Even though I've told most of you guys that whiskey is my first love, and it's technically true, I am also a rum lover. Spiced rum in most cases.
What about a Run Disney?
No disgust Run Disney. The way my knees are built, however, and the number of stairs I've fallen down in my life, and the 11 car accidents I've been in, I'm not sure that's ever going to work. But maybe one day. Another princess wants to. We'll see. Ooh. Giving me like a lot of the feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. Ready to get set? It's rub runner time. 3.75 out of 5 plus.
So I made my own salad. There was no vegan dressing, but I'm so excited for a salad with lentils because there's not very many buffets that actually have lentils on the line. Cheers. It's like meaty, but it's dry. I really wish I could put a dressing on it. Maybe like an oil or something. Put some of this tabbouleh or something on top of it. I don't know. Maybe I'll mix one of these later. But for now, it's a 2 out of 5 salads. It doesn't sus my salad. But I am going to tell people about it because it's still tasty.
Let's see this monstrosity the princess created here. Carrots, chickpeas, lentils. That is a interesting texture of a salad, to be sure. Honestly, on its own, it's got a lot of potential. I had doubts about the lentils with the cucumber, even though we've had cucumber in African-themed dishes before and been fine with it. But all these things together actually tastes pretty good. If it had a dressing, it would literally be on fire. I'll give it 2.5 out of 5 plus. It is better than the sum of its parts, but it could use more.
Next is this beautiful tabbouleh. You can get this all over Animal Kingdom Lodge. You used to be able to get it on the chickpea salad at the Mara. Unfortunately, that dish has changed. Go check out that video so you can see what it looks like now. It's super tasty, super fresh, very onion forward. The mint is nice. I really like it. Standard tabbouleh, I would say 4 out of 5 tabbouleh. I wish that they had it in more locations so you had like a nice option. Like I would eat 6 of these if they were in Magic Kingdom.
It does make a good like grab and go options because it's served chilled. Make healthier grab and go options. I know you're on vacation, but let's enjoy our dreams before we destroy our insides with sweets. Everything in balance, as it should be. Literally, you could mound this plate with this, and I'd probably be happy. 3.5 out of 5 plus.
a North African cauliflower salad. It has dried fruit, I think, in it, and then some arugula, beautifully seasoned cauliflower. I'm kind of excited for this, but I'm also intrigued. This is like out of my comfort zone. It actually kind of reminds me of like a dipping from Sanaa bread service. I'm not mad at that. Actually, I'm super surprised at how much I love that. I would say it's a 4 out of 5 cauliflower. And this is like the perfect example of something that you might be afraid of. Just try it. You're at a buffet, just give it a bite and see if you like it. You might open your mind up to something that you want to make at home later. Like, this is definitely going to inspire me to season my cauliflower this way at home. Really good.
I'm making a mess of it. I'm making something of it. There we go. Very interesting seasoned cauliflower. The fruit, the cauliflower, the leaves, the arugula. Boma is what I consider to be like one of the more challenging buffets at Walt Disney World. When I say challenging, I'm not saying you have to climb any hills, defeat a boss or two, but like it's more than just your average buffet fare. You go to like the Chef Mickey, it's the American food station, you have the Asian food section, the Mexican food station, the kid station, dessert, fruit. Those are basic. You get that at Chef Mickey, you get that at Hollywood and Vine, you'll get that at Crystal Palace. Boma and probably Tusker House are two of the ones that have like the most unique dishes. So if you're, be adventurous. You have a whole buffet. Try things out. You don't have to commit to 18 scoops of whatever you get. Get half a scoop. Try something new. You may love it. Give that 4.5 out of 5 plus. I want more of that.
Last item on this plate is a Berbere chickpea salad. I save this for last because I love me some Berbere and I love me some chickpeas. Best for last. Well, Berbere is usually spicy. This has more of like a cinnamon mixture to it, or like a nice like herby aftertaste. From like on the heat scale, it's like a 1 out of 10. It's not spicy at all. It's really good. It's just flavored really well and evenly. It's tasty, but it's not as advertised. So it gets minus points for that, but I still like it. So I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 chickpeas. I think Bear's gonna be a little disappointed in the flavor of this, but you just gotta take it for what it is, I guess, and don't think about it as like Berbere seasoning.
The addition of Berbere in our diet since the press panini, we have gotten really addicted to Ethiopian food, which uses a lot of Berbere seasoning. We keep a whole huge bottle of Berbere in the house, and I'd substitute that in our cooking for chili powder for basically everything. We love it. I love like that earthy spiciness to it. This, I'm excited for. Okay. I do get Berbere from it. I'm also getting a lot of other things like lemon, tomato, a little bit of onion in there. Give them like a more fully, but it still maintains that earthy taste. Is it spicy? No. Is that a deal breaker for me? Not exactly. But it's a good flavor. As far as the salad goes, I actually kind of like it. And it might be my next favorite salad next to that cauliflower salad. I would give it 4.5 out of 5. We come here, a lot of the salads, as a default, there's a good number of them, are vegan friendly. However, for us meat eaters, we do have some options too. They call them the vegetarian fare, and then we have the meat eater fare, which is a couscous salad with sea roach or shrimp, which I find kind of interesting. I never thought about adding shrimp to Israeli couscous before. Served chilled, it's a little bit on the sweet side, but I still get something like that spice of the shrimp in there. Got a little bit of olives, tomatoes, onion. Actually quite good. And that seasoning sort of like gets you the ocean flavor of the shrimp. It's a good salad. And shrimp salad isn't usually first on a lot of things I want to eat. I'll give it 3.5 out of 5 plus. They're my favorites. Hey, you gotta enjoy it while it's still there, right? my attention both in color and name, a curried pasta salad. Pasta salad, probably one of the most offensive salads on the planet. You bring in pasta salad to a potluck, we're probably not friends. Now, if you were to sell me on curried pasta salad, you would have my attention right up until the point that you broke my heart. Let's see which one of these is going to do. That just took pasta salad to another level. You put a bowl of pasta salad in front of me as a child, I'm going to toss that at your face. You give this to me as a child, or even now, I'd fight you for this portion. 4.75 out of 5 paws. I love that. I hope not. First, I promise. With sort of a spicy mayo, I am a coleslaw connoisseur in all its forms. I will take coleslaw by itself as a snack. Let's see how this does. Clearly, we have two different views of what we consider spicy. Right? There it goes. It's like a 1.5 out of 10 on the spice scale. It's of the spices, but not like a volcano level Godzilla spewing fire everywhere. But it's a good coleslaw. It's a little on the mayo-y side, but given the flavor, I can almost forgive that. I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5 paws.
Here we have an avocado, papaya, and grapefruit salad. My dad tried to feed me papaya as a child. I didn't like it. Grapefruit, I absolutely do not like. I love me some avocado, but when you're someplace like here, you need to try everything. So, I'm gonna get even the things that I don't like, and I'm gonna try them for science.
We are doing great.
E. We are doing good too.
I've been so far behind you thinking your head. Yeah, not the way I feel right now. Not the way I feel.
Okay. Now we have all three of the things together. Cheers. That is not for me. That is for somebody who loves grapefruit. And that is not me. If you love grapefruit, you'll love this. If you don't love grapefruit, stay as far away from this as possible. This is like a 1 out of 5. For me, not even the avocado is going to save it. Bear, that's all you.
These are 4 things I would have never considered putting in the same bowl. Avocado, great. Grapefruit, it depends on the mood. Papaya, why would I bother? Watermelon, I wouldn't feed it to my worst enemy.
Where's the watermelon?
There's no watermelon?
There's no watermelon.
So just grapefruit.
What are you talking about?
Grapefruit, papaya. Okay, 3 things I wouldn't put in the same bowl. Either way, I feel like this is a cage match. This is not food. This is like a battle royale. This belongs in like WWE. Oh boy. Healthy dose of each. How bad could it be, right? Objectively, I can see the appeal. Again, the papaya and avocado, actually great. The grapefruit actually isn't that bad until that sharp, let me take Brillo pad over your tongue aftertaste is what kills it for me. If you're one of those people who loves that, like my mother, you've seen Mother Bear in the video that we have, she loves grapefruit. She would love this. I do not love this. My tongue hates me for what I just did. It's 2 out of 5 balls.
This is an off-menu option you can ask for. Ask for a tofu steak. I got beautiful grilled tofu with a Mickey. He's so fine. You can't not have a Mickey. With nice crispy tofu that kind of needs a knife almost. I'm gonna grab it with this tomato. I always do the Mickey ear, so this is no exception. Get into the ear. Not too much though, because I want to taste the tofu. I just destroy the ear. I guess that's what we're doing now. The rice is good. The tomato is like the strongest thing on there. The tofu is just beautifully seared. You can't really taste the seasonings on it, even though there is seasonings on it. Let me just try it by itself. Yeah, well, you can taste the flavor. It definitely is like beautifully seasoned all over the outside of it, and then like seared off beautifully. Really tasty. I like this a lot. I would eat this every day if I could. This is a 5 out of 5. This is a Princess Taste item. When you come here, ask for the off-menu tofu because she pretty.
Look at the color already of this tofu. I've always said, chefs in Animal Kingdom Lodge could learn a thing or two to some other places, mostly the quick service places, on how to cook tofu. Because across Disney, the quality of tofu is wild. And when I say wild, I'm talking like Wild West, no sheriffs level wild. Go ahead and just dig in here, a little bit of everything. The tofu, the strong tomato, all in. Tofu actually had a little crunch to it. A little crispiness to it, I like that. The tomato, the acidity with the seasoning, completely taken out of it. You don't get that heavy acid that you get with tomato and with the rice. It's like a full dish. You could almost serve this as an entree in the Mara. Not tofu by itself. Oh yeah. Usually when we order an off-menu tofu like a regular buffet, I expect some lightly seared, barely seared, unseasoned tofu with some veggies. This is the knowledge of what you got in the kitchen. 3.75 out of 5.
So we have the regular hummus. I'm going to start with this regular hummus, this pita here. I can already feel a piece of chickpea in there. It's not fully blended, and that's great. That means it's fresh. A traditional hummus is a little bit on the garlicky side. Somebody would a little bit crazy with that. I would give it like a 2 out of 5 hummus. Not the best.
The good old traditional hummus. We like a fresh hummus. Pre-packaged hummus is a mixed bag. This, made with care. Somebody cooked here. They were trying to spur away vampires for that hummus. I'm not sure what African vampires look like, but they're afraid of that. For sure. 3 out of 5 blocks.
Next we have the red pepper hummus. Grab this one. It's not working out my favor. A little more on the red pepper side than you would get from like a grocery store red pepper hummus. But I'm into it. I would give it like a 4 out of 5 hummus. I would eat the heck out of that. That would be great as a salad dressing.
Well, the red pepper hummus, not to discount black pepper or pink pepper or green pepper. The standard amongst hummus nowadays, but let's see what they do with it. Ooh. Imagine getting like large like bursts of red pepper. I kind of like that. That's like the bar for red peppers. I don't even think the red pepper hummus that was a part of the bread service at Sanaa was that good. Give it 3.5 out of 5 plus.
Last up we have this coriander hummus. And I'm all for coriander, all the things. It's like Persian tea. Definitely the most flavorful of the bunch. I would give that one a 4 out of 5 hummus. Definitely do not skip the hummus. If you've never had hummus before, or if you've never had hummus in your life before, this is the place to try hummus. Like, just do it. Just do a bite. It's so good.
I was going to the coriander hummus, interesting hummus. I am probably not a huge coriander person, but used in moderation, I don't mind. Wow. That will wake your taste buds from the dead. In a good way. 3.75 out of 5 plus.
Now this French bread roll on the line, we usually eat like 20 of these when we go to Hollywood Brown Derby, but we have it here. at Boma. I'm just gonna eat a little piece of it here. It just takes me back to Brown Derby. It's so good. I would give it a 4 out of 5 breads. It gives good bread. Now I'm gonna dip it into this soup that I should probably use a fork with, but we're just gonna go with it like this. Cheers. Wow, very interesting flavors. I actually do want to try the soup by itself because it's just, there's a lot happening in here. Look at all these huge celery chunks, chickpea chunks, couscous in here. I tasted it with the bread, but by itself it's even stronger. It's like I think it's coriander. It just hits you in your mouth, or maybe it's like a clove or a 5-spice. It's just one of those like really prominent. It's not clove. It's got to be coriander. It's really strong. I'm not mad at it, but I don't like. It's not as good as the coriander hummus. I don't think I would proactively eat this soup. Maybe it's just today's batch. I would give it like a 3 out of 5 soups. That's okay.
Princess is never going to say no to. It's any sort of like French bread or baguette. These little French minis are dangerous because she will mow these down like so many lemmings in a video game. A nice little break. Look at that. Huh? There's good, consistent French bread. I have no notes. 3.5 out of 5 claws. That's for the soup. Don't let anybody fool you. Bread is a perfectly acceptable utensil to feed yourself with. It's all about the scoop. I'm just gonna get like a little bit of garam masala and cinnamon in there, but very strong, almost gritty, which detracts from what it could be. I don't mind heavy seasoning, but like when I start to get grit, probably gone a little bit too far. A little bit less, a little bit longer cooking, probably a lot better. I give it 3 out of 5 claws. Here we come to the bread portion of dinner. We're going to start with the thing. This has happened with us several times here. The princess being Persian. I have had a lot of what this is, lush, but never in this thin, crackery sort of way. This is like the second or third time we've gotten lavash on Disney World property like this, with this cracker, and I don't love it. I continue to try to give it tries, second, third, fourth chances. We'll see how it stacks out. Sesame seeds this time. Okay. Like a hyper thin lavash and cracker form. Honestly, the sesame seeds aren't bad. With some of the hummuses up there, it's probably a pretty good thing. If you're feeling something crunchy, I'll give it a pass. 2.5 out of 5 claws. Here we have this delicious looking morsel. They call it mealie. It's an African sweet cornbread. And I do love cornbread. Maybe the ancestors just did it better. Oh, good. It's just like American Southern cornbread, but a little less dense. And a little less sweet. I can actually go more with that. I could eat a whole loaf of this. I give it 3.5 out of 5 claws. Tell you, if you're feeling a stew or soup, there is no other buffet that's going to feed you as much liquid food as Boma. So many. 4 non-vegan ones, 1 vegan one. This is the seafood stew. Basically like a seafood gumbo. Got these pieces of shrimp in here. I think I see some scallop in here. It reeks of fish, but in like the seasonal, I want to swim in you sort of way. It's strong with the shrimp and the fish. Don't kiss your date after this bowl. Feel like I licked the tide pool. A bit strong on the oceanness. The insides are good. The fixins, the tomatoes, the peppers, the chickpeas, the shrimp. It's just a really, really strong fish taste. An acquired taste, but still pretty good. 3.5 out of 5 stars. Time to break out my secret weapon. It's a chicken corn chowder, cream based. The word cream makes my insides shrink in fear. You guys go back a few videos ago. Actually, no, not a few videos ago. Let's put it this way. We did a food review recently where the princess warned me about eating lactate, and I didn't do it. The result was violent in the worst way possible. So now I'm taking my magic pills like a good bear. I'm gonna take 2. I don't want to be in pain again. And then we're gonna do just delightful looking chowder. Nice and creamy, and a good consistency to it. Big chunks of chicken, little chunks of corn. All aboard. Sorry. The cheesiness and the creaminess of this honestly reminds me of a place in St. Louis, Florida. We like some of the best clam chowder, not chicken chowder, it's clam chowder in all of the northeast Florida. Whose name I forget right now. I remember, I'll put it in the comments somewhere if anybody cares. This is some good chowder like this. It's almost like a chicken corn cheese soup almost. And there's bacon in it. And bacon makes almost everything better. 4 out of 5 plus. Here we have the lamb stew. They have a bunch of stews up there, and you come to the stew portion. These nice, big, thick chunks of lamb, tomato, potato, chopped carrots. I do love my lamb. Mary kind. Not the lamb chop kind.
And that's like, oh yeah, 2 days ago I was laying on the couch, best we said.
The lamb disintegrates in your mouth. Chewing is almost a formality. It just like melts away into your soul.
I just remember watching it.
Very well seasoned. This is the stew. Like even like the sauce, the potatoes, everything. Like I could just, if I crust this, it would turn into puree. That's how like solid everything is. And I love the flavor. On nights in Florida where it gets freezing cold, when I say freezing cold, like 69, I would eat a tub of this. Loving every minute of it. 4.5 out of 5 plus. Now because of the southern in me, I can't have cornbread in a hot soup stewed out dish and not dip/pile some of this on. So we're gonna do some of the lamb, potato, do some of this sauce. And we're gonna do it like we do on the Discovery Channel. That combination of savory and sweet is almost like an African pot pie. The combination is a 5 out of 5 claws. Get the stew, you need to dip this in here.
Here we go with some West African black-eyed peas with stewed tomatoes. Looks like we also have some onions in here. I got some basmati to go with this. The black-eyed peas are really like sweet and not like what you would expect black-eyed peas to taste like. It's very almost like stew level, but like sweet stew level. Not what I expected, but I like it. I would give it like a 3.5 out of 5 black-eyed peas. I think Bear's gonna like it more than me.
So, black-eyed peas. The magical bean. Fruit, something. A lot of onions in here. I have a bigger onion than I need. That is very interesting. I like what the tomato does as a flavor and the seasoning of the black-eyed pea. It's a different sort of black-eyed pea, but I can get on board with that. Like, normally you see black-eyed peas with like ham hock or something else. This, I kind of like. I want this recipe. 3.75 out of 5 plus.
Here we have some green beans with golden raisins. I feel like these were here the last time we came here. And I also think they're at Tusker House, if I remember correctly. Whoa. It's like a cumin, red pepper, seasoned green bean. That is inspiring. I want to make something like that for Thanksgiving this year. I could be way better than your traditional green bean. This would acquire taste. Like, you gotta love exotic food for that. If you don't like exotic food, don't try it. But if you do, 4 out of 5 green beans.
Buffets are probably the only place you're gonna see the princess eat dried fruit with anything. She's not a dried fruit fan. Me, I will try fruit and all the things. Green beans, however, that gives me pause. Or throat troubles. You know, if you gave me chopsticks, I wouldn't really have this problem. Ooh, spicy. Like a 2 out of 10 on the spice scale. Very well seasoned, but not like rubbery. I don't like rubbery green beans, and that's usually my fear. Not here. The raisins don't really add much, just kind of there. But I kind of like it. 3.5 out of 5 plus.
Next we have these olive oil potatoes. Now when I saw this on the allergy menu, I thought, oh, it's gonna be, like potato wedges, olive oil seasoned like you usually do. No. Mashed potatoes. Have not had olive oil mashed potatoes since Akershus. And that's been a while. These have chive in them, which is interesting. It adds like another dynamic of flavor. I might put some like salt and pepper in it too, just because I like extra taste of that. That is really good. I'm gonna give that 4 to 5 potatoes. If I had the stomach for it, I'd probably eat a lot more.
Mashed potatoes. Boil them, mash them, do not stick them in a stew. See how easy it is to make creamy potatoes without dairy? It's so simple. You get more than potato flavor. Garlic. Chive. That's all I need. 4 to 5 plus. It's peak mashed potatoes.
This is a peanut rice that is made in coconut milk with soy sauce and ginger. This is not available every day. It rotates between this and the coconut rice. The coconut rice is also vegan. They just don't always have the little leaf symbol on it because it's a sign, but you can get it. There's peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. It's like so peanut buttery. I just feel like I just lick peanut butter. If you like peanut butter, this is for you. For me, this feels like dessert. 4 out of 5 peanut butters. That was very surprising. Like, surprisingly delicious.
When this read the description, I was kind of intrigued. That's a lot of different flavors going on in one dish. And now that like everything else is starting to sort of like fade away on the plate, I'm smelling the peanut butter. This reminds me of the very first time I had Ohana Nudes. That's the wave of flavor that I'm getting. I like that. All of that. The princess would never let me make that at home. She's not the peanut butter connoisseur that I am, but that is delicious. I can eat that as like lunch or a snack. Easily. 4.75 out of 5 plus. Here we have the real reason everybody comes here, the real reason you should come here. Mind you, if you aren't vegan, the bow tie, or lutein. Myriad of ways that I have mispronounced this in time, but the eggs, the sausage, the fixins, the spices. This is the reason to come here. This egg sort of casserole-ish African style. They had all the flavor. It looks odd, but trust me, it's good. Savory, seasoned, meat. It's very rich. You don't need a lot. probably half what I got on my plate, but you should definitely try this at some point. Just a little bit. You need a little bite. I implore you. The favor to me. I don't ask for many favors, except for you to like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, tell your mother, your cousin's wife, your wife's sister, all of those people. Those are all the favors I ask, and I'm also asking you to try this. 4.5 out of 5. We get to the meats. We have the carving station, the chicken, slow roasted, seasoned. It does have bones in it. I'll just pick this up like a bear would and choke on it. Skin. Look at that. How beautiful it looks. Juicy, moist, heavenly. I think African rotisserie. You're about halfway there. With this tamarind sauce to go with it. Like a mustard-based barbecue tamarind. 3.75 out of 5. Well, it's a little greasy, but still good. We have the sweet corn pudding, the chocolate jam, and I don't know that I would call anything that was shashuka chocolate a jam per se. Let's go ahead and try the corn pudding by itself first. Now, there's some spinach and parmesan in here. So, there's a little dairy. Think like very sweet grits with corn bits in it, and a little bit of spinach to mellow out this sort of hyper sweetness. Very good. I can never make grits this good at home. 4 out of 5 plus. Now with the jam, which is what it's meant to be served with, they're both in the same name placard. They're gonna taste together. It's jam. Together, it is my jam. 5 out of 5 plus. Do not skip the corn pudding. I know it's in the corner of the carving station. Like, what is this doing here? I have salmon. I have roast beef. Got chicken on the other side. Why would I eat this? You should eat this. Don't skip on the sides. I know the meats are tempting, but there are other good things up there. A lot of good people, but in the good way. That's a 5 out of 5 plus. Here we have the frou-frou, which is like West African sweet potato mash. Very thick. More mashy than the mashed potatoes I have up there. I regret all of that. Oh my god. So much cinnamon. Don't get me wrong. Ooh.
Like cinnamon challenge cinnamon?
Like half of that. Here's the thing. I was traumatized as a child with sweet potato pies. We had every Thanksgiving, Christmas, my mother made like 12. So like, even after Thanksgiving was over, we had sweet potato pie for like a good solid week after. I can't anymore. Like, anything gets remotely close to that flavor, my body just says no. That is basically sweet potato pie filling in mashed corn. I simply cannot. If you love sweet potato pie, you'll love this sort of like African twist on it. For me, that is a 1 out of 5 claws. I would puke if I ate one more bite. Even though in most buffets, it's usually like the prime rib or whatever the roast is that people wait in line for, here, the salmon always has the most ridiculous line, like out of the buffet, around the corner, down the aisleway. I mean, it's just citrus salmon with sliced almonds. I don't remember how I liked this last time, but given the wait that everybody else is having on this tonight, it had better be worth the wait. it is indeed worth the wait. I didn't think the almonds would add much, but they actually do a lot to like add some earthiness to the seafood. So it's like earth and sea, but without like surf and turf, which I actually kind of like. It makes the salmon a little less intense, a bit more balanced while still getting that salmon flavor and the hit of citrus. But citrus, not like lemon, like citrus. More like lime or lemon. It's good. I would give it 4 out of 5 bucks. Thank you, sir. So come towards the end of the meats, finally. Now, obviously there is a kids section that has the usual. They have chicken bites, mac and cheese, corn and peas. There's some stuff for the children if they so desire. There's even pasta with a marinara sauce. This is the African spiced roasted pork loin with African mustard. Carved fresh at the station, so they're waiting for you. As much or as little as your little bear heart desires, in my case. Delightfully roasted, well cooked. It's a bit fatty for my taste. There's some like big pieces of fat on the side that you just trim off. But the mustard adds a nice like layer to like the pork. It sort of fights through like that like gaminess sometimes you get with pork. Honestly, I like it, but I probably wouldn't go back for more. I would give it 3.5 out of 5 bucks. I thought the pork was the last thing I had until I saw this. An absolutely 100% not vegan honey tamarind ribs. Honey tamarind barbecue ribs. It's like all the best words in one sentence. I don't even know where to bite. It's like sweet rib, the tamarind and the honey, they dance together. Like Fantasia, but with meat. I like it. I want it in my soul. The only sad part about this buffet is getting to the end. And they're making so much good stuff ahead of time that you get full. Like, that's the part. Like, usually there's like a couple things in the buffet we can recommend or not recommend. Most of the stuff on the buffet at Boma's usually a try. But then by the time you get to the good stuff, or the supposedly assumed good stuff, you're extremely full. There's no way in the world I'm able to finish this. But I so wish that I could. 4 out of 5 bucks.
Beautiful flamingo cake. This is literally my favorite dessert. I come to Animal Kingdom Lodge just to eat this when Bear lets me. It's my first time being able to get it here. It's my first time being able to get dessert here as a vegan. I always get shot down. Shout out to our server for being so awesome. Now I'm going to dip this flamingo cake in this beautiful ice cream because I never get to do this. It's soyo. Cheers. Oh my gosh. This is how you eat flamingo cake. Wow. I already love flamingo cake. That just takes it to another level. That's a 5 out of 5. That's a princess's item. My flamingo cake world has just been rocked.
The princess's obsession with this flamingo cake is bar none. She will literally come here, buy 2, eat 1, keep 1 in the fridge, and snack on the thing for 2 to 3 days. Until either it goes bad or it disappears. Me sneaking the rest. Buy it to me when it disappears. It's a good cake. It gives good cake. It's a nice, light, airy spice cake. Not too sweet. Not too rich. Let's try it with this soy ice cream. Masterclass pairing. 5 out of 5 claws. It's vanilla with the spice of the like cinnamon flamingo cake. Excellent. Excellent.
I really love how the desserts here are just iterations of what they already have at the Mara. Like, this is why this is never gonna leave from the Mara. These two are Aaron McKenna's brownie cupcakes. I literally just bought these a couple of days ago when we went to the Mara. I got this instead of the flamingo cake because I was in the mood for it. I've had so many of these now since then. Well, I mean, I eat the 4, but I had like one a day for 4 days, so I'm like maxed on my Aaron McKenna brownie craving. Still really good. I'm just not going to eat a lot of it because I'm Aaron McKenna out. This one is a mint flavor, which I'm not mad at. I like that a lot. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. Brownies, Aaron McKenna knows how to make a good brownie.
Even though this is just an amalgamation of everything they already have here next door, this is the largest plate of plant-based option the Princess getting in any buffet that we've ever been to. Like, it's not much. It's just the ice cream, the flamingo cake, and Aaron McKenna's and the cookies. But like, usually if she's lucky, she might get one. In most cases, she gets none. So I appreciate her having like an entire plate of desserts herself. This is her dream. Legitimately her dream. And here I am taking a bite out of it. It's like taking a bite out of the mouse. Guilt-free. 5 out of 5.
Lastly, we have these cookies. They are Partake cookies. Partake is the new cookie that you're going to find on property. It has replaced the Enjoy Life cookies. They're just doing chocolate bars now. I thought it was a sugar cookie. It's lemon. It's a lemon cookie. And it's not good. I'm gonna stick to the flamingo cake. It's like a 1 out of 5 lemons. I love me some lemon. That is not a good lemon. Flamingo cake it is.
Cookies. You always come back to the cookie. Cookie is like the dessert that just never goes away. Yeah, I regret smelling that. I don't like lemon. Unless it's lemonade.
She doesn't realize we're meeting for what do you call it?
What's a lemon Girl Scout cookie? Whatever a lemon Girl Scout cookie is, that's what it tastes like. You like those, you like that. To me, it's like chewing liquid fledge. 1 out of 5 plus. Beer dessert from the buffet, something that would make our friends the Foolish Morgans proud. It is a pumpkin bread pudding with vanilla sauce. Pumpkin and bread pudding. After Halloween. Shame. Nobody cares about Thanksgiving. Go ahead and dive in here. Get some of that vanilla sauce. Just see how pumpkin-y it can be. I'm not having good spoon etiquette today. Like pumpkin guts. At least what I imagine the texture of pumpkin guts to be. All I taste is pumpkin. What vanilla sauce? Literally just pumpkin. You're a pumpkin fiend? You'll love that. It's like a pumpkin spice latte, but bread pudding. 3 out of 5 plus. The apple tart in these little tart little bins. I love these things. Not a huge fan of apple tart, but anytime I get these, I have to try whatever it is. It's like apple pie filling in a tart. Everything you expect. American pie worthy. 4 out of 5 plus. Next up here, we have the Hazelnut Brownie. Hazelnut covered brownie bar, with a little bit of hazelnut icing on top. Nice and solid. I was afraid that it was going to be like hard and like overly dense, but it's actually a very soft, even like the hazelnut outside doesn't make it like crunchy or anything like that. It's a brownie. It's a very strong hazelnut flavor. If you don't like hazelnut, you're probably not gonna like that. For you hazelnut fiends, that is all you. For me, it's a 2.5 out of 5 claws. Here we have the mini cupcake. A nondescript cupcake with, looks like 100th, Disney 100th icing colors. The white, the purple, the blue, a little bit of gold in there. I'm gonna try to eat this the proper princess way. Would never know how to eat a cupcake this way had she not taught me the ways of the Force. Like the Sith that she is. The standard yellow cake brownie. And use more sprinkles. 3 out of 5. The passion fruit mousse. On a little square of something. It's got a Mickey. Powdered sugar. When they say passion fruit, they mean passionate. There's like a kick, like a passion fruit gusher, like in your mouth. Good, but powerful. 3.75 out of 5 claws. Last, we have the infamous zebra domes. These things are everywhere. You get to see a buffet that does not contain these little tiny monstrosities. It's a dome of chocolate. White and black chocolate. Dark chocolate, brown chocolate. And they call it a dome. A zebra dome. It's just white chocolate pudding over chocolate. Think Wreck-It Ralph, but goes a little bit slower. I'll admit, we were afraid to come back here.
We have actually booked a Boma reservation about 6 times since our last reservation here, and we had so much, is it anxiety?
I would say anxiety.
Some sort of like PTSD.
Our last server here
was terrible.
Was very mean to us.
Very mean to us. And so was the chef, the allergy chef.
We didn't ask for anything, and they were mean to us here last time. And like, we like Boma. We think Boma has some of like the best plant-based options on a buffet you can get.
We were scared to come back.
But we were scared to come back. But like our server this time, amazing, amazing. Would definitely come back to eat just with him. The food was great.
Yeah.
The one problem with Boma is not having enough room in your stomach to eat everything.
Seriously.
There's too much food. Even I got most everything, and I feel like I need a wheelbarrow. Walking up these stairs is going to be an ordeal. But, of course, as your number one choice of food entertainment, if the food exists, we will come eat it.
Yes.
Remember, she's vegan. I'm not. But if there's anything else you'd like to see us do, of course, the comments are always going to place to find us. You hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe. And if you don't comment and give us some sort of suggestion of somewhere that you want us to eat, Bear is going to yeet himself into the side of Victoria Falls and never come out of the falls again.
I'm going to be a water bear. She's right, I'm never coming out. I live there now. That's my home.
We'll just be wrinkled.
I'm not paying rent either. But you heard the girl.